I want to tell that I'm working in a startup where I work like 11 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. But
Wow.
the course material was built in such a way that even after getting exhausted from all of this, I had this drive to, come back, watch some videos, solve some questions. Deep Sir is definitely number one recommendation because he puts you in the right mindset. He gives you motivation also. And I could understand that, let's say for RC, I don't think there could be anything better than learning Octave for a student preparing from India.
Yes, Drona, thank you so much for joining in today. It's been quite some time since you gave your GMAT, and I must really thank you for joining in after a really long gap. So you gave your GMAT on 9th of August this year,
Yeah.
and you had a score of a 740
Yeah.
with a breakup of 39 in verbal and quad 51.
Yeah.
So we can just go back to the time when you initially started. Just let us know about what was your goal, what was your, let's say, what was your thought process when you initially wanted to give GMAT and, towards your MBA preparation or so.
Yeah, sure. So I think it all started almost like 1.5 years back. Last year, Feb, I thought about like I need to give this exam, and then I checked some online material, course material, but the material wasn't good enough to get me hooked onto this preparation. So then I kind of gave up on this thought and I started working again. But then a friend of mine, I think in December or this Feb only, he told that he took this course, like a fellow college student, college friend of mine. And then I went through the course material and I really liked it, so I signed up for it. And so, like, I want to tell that I'm working in a startup where I work like 11 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. But
Wow.
the course material was built in such a way that even after getting exhausted from all of this, I had this drive to, come back, watch some videos, solve some questions. And yeah, like after 11, 12 hours in the office, 5 or 6 hours, I'd study, then sleep, and then come back to office again in the morning.
See,
So,
Drona, this has to all credits to you because that drive comes from another major drive, which is, what is that goal that is going to help you kind of, uh,
yeah,
drive towards? Because quite honestly, there's distraction of every kind, and
true.
people get exhausted and they'll give a lot of reasons. But after spending 12 hours in your own company, which would require most of the effort and time because you have to make that work also, and then this,
Yeah.
all credits to you. You have to give us a little bit of nugget as to what was that driving force.
No, that's sure, but I just want to mention that the guidance and the course material was built in such a way that I was very much happy to continue like learning and try to get a better score. And like this thought of achieving a high score from the day one, that was also a very good initiative. Like I have given other competitive exams also before I start my college. So
Right,
there also the coaching teachers will always say that aim for a really high rank.
right.
Oh,
Hi,
and
good afternoon.
high student.
Good to see you, Drona. Hearty congratulations again.
Thanks a lot. Great to see you also.
Okay. So you were saying that the top score is what keeps getting you.
Yeah, but like again, since I was working 12 hours a week, so by the time I came, so I prepared for almost 2.5 months, and in that I couldn't really prepare well for reading comprehension because I was quite exhausted and I needed a fresh mind to understand the passage and try to get it done in like 2 minutes or whatever time is the best for that.
Right,
But it really did help me. So, like, I think sir would say that do like 200, 300 passages. I don't think I was able to do like 50 passages also because I was just leaving this one key, okay, if I give a next attempt, I'll focus more on this.
right.
But SC and CR, it really helped me a lot because we are not like English is not a first language and they don't teach it to us as well as
In a
what
way that
somebody.
US English has, yeah, there's always been,
Right.
right.
So, especially in sentence correction part, it helped me a lot because 1.5 year back, I wrote a GMAT mock test just like that, and I got like 620. And then I completed this course. Then a week before my GMAT, I wrote the free practice paper one. I got 730 in that. But I honestly thought that this was like a fluke because most of the questions must have been done in the class. Then I gave the second one, I got 750. And then I was like, okay, maybe I can get something so close to this.
Let's do it.
And then on the exam day again, I faced problem in RC a little bit because like I hadn't prepared for that and I was fine with that. But honestly, till the time score didn't come up, I didn't know that I'll get such a good score. Like for me, it was pretty good because the time I was able to put in and get this out of. So yeah.
So let's break it down a little bit now. Achieving a GMAT's 740, it's very impressive to start with, right? Now, can you tell us about the timeline and the accuracy employed for both quant and verbal? Quant, you have got like a 51, which essentially means you made 0 to maximum 3 mistakes. So can you break it down for me as to how did you go about with the strategies through these two sections?
Yeah, so I always kind of knew that my quant was a little stronger than my verbal. So I finished off. So what I thought I should do is like finish off quant in the beginning and build up my momentum in verbal, which and carry this momentum into the exam.
Right.
So I did all the questions for literally all the chapters, topics that are there in Quant, and I tried to finish it off in like a week or two. I didn't do DS traps, but yeah, except for that, topic wise, whatever questions are there, like it's been almost 2 months, so I don't remember the PDF names. But whatever topic wise questions are there, some of which are very tough, for which there are like videos also.
700 to 800 level,
Yeah,
and then
exactly, exactly.
314, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that the questions in that are like way above 800 level also. Like few questions will never be asked in GMAT, but always good to prepare for something much tougher. It gives you the confidence also, helps you build a good reaction time and go on. So yeah, that was a good practice. And after that, yeah, every day, like once I was done with the class videos and class topic PDFs, every day for verbal, I do at least 50 to 100 questions of SC and CR. And yeah, like just like apart from whatever class module was there, do some extra practice whenever possible for like, and yeah, totally I would study for like 5 to 6 hours on weekdays and 8 to 10 hours on Sundays, which was minimal.
Any particular, strategies, especially around verbal, right? Because then you mentioned RC, CR, and SC. CR and SC is what you got through faster in terms of accuracy.
Yeah.
These strategies that Sandeep sir used, it's been 2 months, I understand. Maybe you may remember, you may not remember about the strategies, but if I may remind you, OCTAVE, ACE, ACT,
Right.
yeah, any of these strategy kind of helped you, how
Yeah.
did it all help, and how
Yeah,
did you
so
do that?
definitely in RC, Octave helped me a lot because, like I mentioned, 1.5 year back, through some random course material, I was trying to understand how to proceed in RC questions. And when I took this course, first I had to forget everything I had learned before. Like that, although I didn't prepare a lot beforehand, but yeah, it still like took like a week to let go of the last approach and understand this one. And yeah, like especially the way he eliminates options, like Octave is okay, like that is definitely the crux of solving RC passages. But apart from that, also I build up like by watching his videos, I build up this speed of eliminating some options that okay, this is politically incorrect, okay, this is generalizing, something like that, this is too extreme. So yeah, I so my approach was to eliminate as much as possible and then use the concepts that he had given in the leftover options.
Right. So moving forward towards your test day, on the test day can be very stressful, right? So you said you gave two of the mocks. One just gave about 730, and one kind of gave you an idea of a 760, so it kind of averaged to a 740. But on the day of the test, before you got that score, how stressful was that? Time management, accuracy, and the entire smoothness of the exam. More importantly, was it familiar? Like the exam itself, was it familiar? Mock test was familiar, you mentioned, but was the exam familiar? Did you find something out of the box, out of the blue, something that's not that you've never seen before? Any questions, if you
Right.
recall?
Yeah. So starting with exam day, to manage my stress, I always said to myself that it's okay. It's like another mock only. It's just like 35K. I will give it again if I don't get a good score. So I didn't let any pressure being built up on me. Then, like 2 hours before the exam, I just started with some very basic SCCI questions just to give me a little morale boost that, okay, I did like some 60, 70 questions in like less than an hour, and just like 95% or 100% of them were right. So I was in a good mood. Ki, okay, like whatever I've done, I'm able to reflect it. Now do the same thing in the exam. I started with Quant, and like I said, my Quant was good on these, so I was able to finish it like probably with 10 minutes to spare or something like that. And yeah, coming to English, coming to BR, I definitely faced issues when the clock started because I hadn't done enough practice in reading comprehension, and that time management for passages and time management for RCCR that got in the way. But I had to pull myself together through verbal also. And yeah, whatever time I lost on few passages, I gained them up by quickly eliminating some options in SC, CR, and then moving forward. But yeah, pressure I definitely felt during the exam. Like I remember during the verbal, I felt my heart rate go up really fast when I saw so many minutes left and so many questions are still pending. But yeah, all in all, it went well.
But there were no question that was not familiar, or you were
Yeah,
familiar.
I would say there was nothing that was like, oh, wow, what is this? I don't even know where this is coming from. The only problem which I faced was in RC, and that too because of my preparation. Like I just couldn't get enough time or like free. Like after 12 hours, I didn't have the bandwidth to go through passages and try to solve it in 2 minutes. So I
Okay.
had kind of given up on RC, but yeah, I still was
I
able
think
to
still
keep
with
myself.
such preparation, you did extremely well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might
Yeah.
just slip in here and ask this because it is RC, right? Did you
Yeah.
take a chance on watching KTW? Know the World sessions? Did you take a
Yes,
chance on
sometimes.
watching Know the World sessions?
Oh, I didn't get a chance. I was so apart from working here, I started a cult fit franchisee with two of my
Fantastic.
friends also. I was working on that as well. I was planning to move to from my company to Apple, so I was giving interviews over there also. So this 2.5 months, uh, like
Supreme.
I was making sure I'm studying at least 4 hours a day, but rest of the hours also I was quite packed up.
I
But
would
I
tell
did.
I would tell a small secret that for RC, had you taken time, maybe just like if you had watched some Netflix kind of a series, not necessarily that, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
as a series, if you did get a time to just plug in and watch, that would have really given you a massive impact. But nevertheless,
No.
you
And
do
still
have
do
the
that.
profile
Yeah.
to kind of balance that extra 760 kind of a score. But trust me, the RC, Know the World would have really made a bigger impact.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've heard people's review regarding this that how much it helps them not only just this, not in the exam, but like in life as a, it's like a really good learning experience.
I
I
would
think
really
when
look forward to your review once you go through it.
yeah,
Essentially.
definitely.
Right. So, just a few more things, right? On the while you were preparing, did you use the materials, the mock test, and more importantly, how would you have to talk about the support from the
That was
faculty?
very support. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did use a lot of mock tests, which were on the portal also and on the website also. So for like after 3, 4 hours of English, I just instead of uh, solving random mathematics question, I'll just give a mock. And at the end, I had like one or two wrong in most of them, and it would say like you're on a good path. And so yeah, quant wise, I didn't have to worry a lot. I, although didn't get a chance to really use all the resources that top provides, like I wasn't able to, I didn't really need to get in touch with faculties for one-on-one or text people to solve some problems. Another one reason for that is I already had two friends who were also studying at top only. So if we had some minor doubts, we discussed with each other.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah.
Fantastic. So again, if you look back right now, and if I have to tell, if you have your friends, if you have to refer someone,
Yeah.
what is that one thing in your preparation that you would advise that someone has to do, and one thing that someone that someone must not do, like the do and the don't, if you can just advise.
So honestly, for the do, I'd say get top 1% course. I like literally five different friends who asked me that, okay, how I did it. I told them first thing you have to do is get this course because it gets you in that
In fact,
mindset.
he himself had come through a recommendation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sandeep sir is definitely number one recommendation because he puts you in the right mindset. He gives you motivation also, and I could understand that. Let's say for RC, I don't think there could be anything better than learning Octave for a student preparing from India. So because like he understands the system, I think he's been in this industry for like 20 plus years something.
Right.
So he knows the ins and out, and he has curated a really good program. So yeah, which if like I had a friend, she asked me 2 days after purchasing some other material how I did it, and then I told her to get top 1%, and I really convinced her, and I think she then bought top 1%
Right.
2 or 3 days after purchasing that other content.
Right.
So
And one don't, like something that you did not do or you don't want
yeah,
students to kind of do
yeah.
that.
So I would say that seeing 740, I wish that I had given some more time. Like whatever I didn't do in RC, I wished I had done that, and I'm pretty sure like I would have been 760 plus because I always kept on thinking, "Ki, okay, it's okay, I can give it again. It's not like it's once in a year exam." But yeah, so like if you can, because if you're really preparing for GMAT, that means you want to change your stream, you want to do an MBA. So have a clear goal in your mind that if you want to do this, don't think of the short-term gains, think of the long-term gains.
Mhm.
If I had taken 1 month's leave from office so that I'm a little at peace mentally, I have more time and I can study without stress, I would definitely have done that.
Right.
So
But
yeah, like just to know what you want to do and give full commitment from your end. Get top 1%, it'll give you best guidance, and then put in your full commitment, and that's done.
To be honest, I have no doubts about you being placed to get into your dream school, because you have
Yeah.
that profile also, being an entrepreneur and then investing your having two or three more franchisees adds up a lot on your weightage. With a GMAT 740, you can really be placed. So what next? What are you seeing yourself? Where are you looking to get an admit, or have you started your application? Do you need any help there?
So yeah, I wrote the exam towards like when I wrote the exam, only a
July.
month was left before round one deadlines. So I
Right.
decided in round one, let's just apply in Indian colleges, and then round two, that's in January. Till then, I can understand what are the good colleges that will help me go forward in the field that I want to go. So I work in EV industry, energy and sustainability, and that is where I wanted to head forward. So in India, I applied to IMA, PGPX, and ISB. I got admitted at IMA PGPX, but I didn't pay the money to secure the
Sure,
seat
you're
because
sick yet.
yeah, I
Okay.
knew I can get something better. Like I'm pretty sure I'll get ISB also, which should come out in a week. And if not, I'll definitely I'll go to US only. Like I'm sure I could have gotten a better college, better course than IMA PGPX.
So there is this, I don't know if you ever got a chance to meet or attend Autry session, Autry Chakravarti, who is our director of the admissions B school. So there's a session that's happening tomorrow. I would highly recommend that you attend his session because you get a general information about how to write about your application. Application in ISB is pretty straightforward, right? So there's only choice-based answer, but when you're looking at writing this application on your, in the USB school, there's a whole lot of things that you have to write. You have a solid profile, but then you have to really put that in a storytelling. So what is that will the adcoms will look at your application point of view with that limited 200 to 50 words that can really position you among the best of the candidates right there. So I'm so excited here, and I'm actually very hopeful that you get an admit, you get a big admit, and hope you also inform the way you did. Thank you so much for sharing this story, Drona, and I wish you very best. In the future, upcoming times, exciting times, I would say.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for, meeting us and giving us your time. We really appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you, Drona. All the very best.